Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a little bit cozy. It's the evening, I've got both lamps on and a little sort of light in front of me. Hopefully this lighting is okay. It's kind of what we're stuck with for most of the year, but I contemplated doing this, I contemplated not doing this, but I think it's a really nice way to round the year up. And I want to do it, I'm missing two products, give me a second. But I thought I would do a 2023 favourite where I can only pick one thing from each category. So one favourite that I have absolutely loved throughout as much as 2023 as possible. That is like firm favourite. So like absolutely hand on heart would recommend more than anything else in the world. So let's go. I thought I would start with the journey in which I get ready. So the first thing is obviously having a shower and getting ready. So my first favourite is a hair care favourite. I only have one of them because the other one I've just finished and haven't got around to repurchasing it. But I fell in love this year with Amika shampoos and conditioners, and explicitly the original one. I think they call it the Essential or the All-Round, or I don't remember what they call it, but like the all-round shampoo and conditioner. I fell in love so hard. I cannot explain to you the amount of love I have for this product, or these two products, because it's normally a matching one in the other hand. They make my hair feel so soft, clean, healthy, shiny, everything you could physically want. Love, obsessed. The next obsession of this year, and I've tried to wear as many of these obsessions as I physically can, is a slick back bun look. I actually can't believe that before this year, I never wore my hair like this at all, ever. And now I feel like I do this hairstyle at least once a week, if not more. The only thing that I need, probably should clean this a little bit before I put it on the internet. The only thing I need to do it is one of these types of hairbrushes. They're like really, really dense, but they're really soft. And this one is from a brand called Rock and Ruddle. It's the smaller one, which I actually find easier to work with. And honestly, without this brush, I could not do this look. And there's loads of brushes like this on the market, I'm 100% aware, but I absolutely love this one. And it's so darn cute. Skincare. So I very rarely use a skincare item more than once. I'm very good at using a skincare item and kind of moving on and trying something else. I have 4 ultimate favourites from this year. One of them is finished, so I'm gonna have to just put the photo on the screen. And then the other 3 are new, but they're replacements because I loved the previous item that much. So the first one that I finished, so it was in an empties, but I don't have it currently, is the Vichy 89 serum. This one, absolutely love it. It's the most hydrating, beautiful serum in the entire world. Obsessed. I miss it. I need it back in my life immediately. But the 3 that I do, because they are repurchases, the first one is a cleanser. This is the Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser. So to remove makeup, I love a cleansing balm, and I love so many cleansing balms. But I don't think I necessarily have like a favourite. There's just lots that I love. But as a second cleanse, this is the standout of the year. It's not cheap, but I love it. It's like the most luxurious, soft, hydrating, but super cleansing cleanser. And I love this. So this is my 3rd bottle of this. The third, I guess, skincare favourite, which I hate that I love it because it's so expensive. But it's one of those products, I think when I used it back towards the beginning of the year, I would not stop talking about. And now it's back in my life, I will not stop talking about it again. And it is the Sunday Riley Good Genes Glycolic Acid Treatment. This, honestly, the best thing. So the Vichy 89 Mineral Serum, which I obviously spoke about earlier, is the best hydrating serum. If you've got dry skin, it's like all the hydration you could physically ever need in one serum. And then this, if you've got any kind of congestion or damage or anything that you need to kind of like help clear out of your skin, this is perfection. So those two, this and this together, best serums in the world. Obsessed. And then my moisturiser favourite, and like I said, this is a new bottle or tub, is the Tatcha The Dewy Skin Cream. I tried so many moisturisers this year, and this one was my favourite. It's so hydrating, like so hydrating, but not remotely thick or heavy. So yeah, they are my skincare favourites. And now where it gets really, really exciting, makeup. And I think pretty much all of these products are on my face. It was so hard for some of these categories to pick one. The only one I've sort of bent the rules with slightly is lipstick, but it's hard to pick one lipstick. The favourite primer of the year is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This makes your makeup stick to your face, sometimes almost too much. It's actually quite hard to like blend out foundation over the top of this if the foundation is quite matte, but if you want your makeup to not move or go anywhere, this is an amazing, amazing primer. Foundation, probably one of the harder categories to pick one of. I have 4 foundations that I rotate between that I absolutely love, but if I had to pick one that was a discovery, it might have been last year to be honest, but if it was a discovery more recently, I love it. It's on my skin right now. It looks flawless. It's one of those foundations I probably get the most compliments with. I wore it on my wedding day. It lasts a really long time and it looks absolutely stunning. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I have the shade 2. This is the perfect shade. It's got a lovely, dewy, natural, but like not too shimmery or glossy or like too over the top finish. It's like a medium coverage, I would say. I don't necessarily think it's a high coverage, but it's not a low coverage foundation. It's sort of somewhere in the middle. Love this so much. And I only have 2 brushes that I'm going to talk about in this video, but there are 2 brushes this year that have stood out. But the brush that I want to mention now, because I'm talking about foundation, is the brush that's got me back into using a brush for foundation. And it's only from Superjug. It's the B Cosmetics, which is Superjug's own brand. And it's the number 302 brush. And obviously mine's a bit dirty because I used it today and I've used it the last couple of days. But it's such a good brush for foundation because it can like, it's really, really dense and it can really like move the foundation effortlessly. But because it's so dense, it doesn't really leave brush marks. But honestly, I think the reason why I love this brush more than any other foundation brush that I've used, it cleans really well. I'm obviously not really showing that off in the best way physically possible right this very second, but I've had a lot of foundation brushes that just don't clean, especially the Real Techniques ones. I love so many Real Techniques brushes, no like shade to them whatsoever, but the Real Techniques, I think it's called the buffing brush, I could never get that clean. This cleans so well. My favourite concealer, this was so easy. My favourite concealer is the Vive Modern Radiance Concealer. And here starts the Vive obsession. I could basically put the whole of Vive in my favourites. It's really bad. It's like a weird obsession and I don't know where it's come from and I don't know why, but everything that that brand makes out of Jamie Genevieve's brain is exceptional. It is a really decent coverage concealer, like medium to high coverage concealer, but it's so radiant and like natural and you can use it as a foundation. There's quite a lot of product in here. You get, it's slightly too dark in here to read. You get 13 millilitres and I think the average concealer is like 10. So you get a fair amount of product in here and you can use it as foundation if you want to, but I actually love it as a concealer. So my favourite cream bronzer, this is another one of those decisions that was so easy. It was the Say Sun Melt Light Bronze and I discovered this in the summer. Love this so much. It's one of those products that just feel like it's going to last me for absolute ever. I kind of accidentally got 2, it's a very long story, but I've kind of got 2 of them and I contemplated giving the other one to someone else, but I actually just want to keep hold of it because I'm so obsessed with this. I can't bear the thought of it not being in my life now. It is a most beautiful colour. It blends really well but still leaves behind like a really decent colour. I just like, it's a bit messy, like I put my finger in it and pop it on my face and then blend it out with a brush, but I love it. I don't think I could ever find a cream bronzer that I love as much. So I've cheated a little bit. I've got a favourite cream blush and a favourite liquid blush, but explicitly 2 colours. As much as I love this formula and I love like all the blushes I have in these 2 respective formulas, it's the 2 specific shades that I absolutely adore. So for cream blush, it's the Rose Ink Lip and Cheek colour in the shade Ophelia. This is so well loved, as you can probably tell from the close-up shots. It's the most beautiful everyday blush colour. It works all year round. It works regardless of season, regardless of eyeshadow look and everything. It's just a really beautiful kind of everyday blush shade. It's like the right level of pigmented. Like it's got a really decent colour payoff, but it's not intense at all, and it blends like a dream. I'm not convinced on the lip part of it. It's definitely a blush, not a lipstick, but as a blush it's amazing, and these are refillable. And then my favourite liquid blushes are the Made by Mitchell liquid blushes, but explicitly this shade. I mean, I haven't had this the whole year. I think I've had this like the last 3 or 4 months, but as we moved into winter and this whole like cold girl aesthetic popped up, this has been a go-to, which is insane. Like, this is the most bright pop of red, and if you'd have told me, I don't know, 5 years ago that I'd be wearing this blush on the daily, I would have laughed you out of the room. It is beautiful. This is the shade Where's the SPF? And although it looks terrifying and it is quite pigmented because it's bright red, it honestly looks stunning. It looks amazing. It's one of those blushes that I really love to do the whole like across the face blush look with. And yeah, the normal blushes are like a really nice level of pigmented. This one is quite intense because obviously I'm quite pale, but I can imagine this blush on a deeper skin tone would look beautiful. But on me it gives like that like cold girl aesthetic, and I love it. So I've got all my liquids on. I need to set them down. I have 2, is that 4? 2, I don't know, 2 powder favourites, and one is a loose powder and one is a set powder. So my loose powder favourite probably isn't a surprise. This is my 3rd tub, my 3rd. And this is not a small product. This is the RCMA, the original no colour powder. This is just the greatest. It's not necessarily it's smoothing or like anything amazing, but it just does the job. Your makeup is set. If you're out and about and you're looking a little bit like shiny, you can just dab it on. It's got no colour to it whatsoever, so it doesn't disrupt anything that's like underneath it. So all of these like cream products you've used still shine through beautifully. There's absolutely no flashback. So yeah, it's not like a pore refining or anything like that. Like, it's a very basic powder, but it just done so well. So if I want like just to set everything down so it doesn't like move or budge or transfer or anything, this is go-to. Or if I want a pressed powder, but this one does come with some coverage, so I tend to use it if I haven't got like cream products underneath. This is the Vive Modern Powder Perfector in the shade Light. I have finished so many of these this year, it's actually almost criminal. If I'm wearing quite a light base in terms of coverage, this is a beautiful powder to put on top because it does pack a little bit of extra coverage. Honestly, my favourite. Between these two, this is a better finishing powder, if you want for a better word. It is better at like refining your pores and making your skin look more flawless. This one is just the best setting powder. So it depends what I'm looking for. These are my 2 favourites. And now we're getting into powder face products. And this is actually quite embarrassing. It's all Vive, which I didn't really even acknowledge until I put it down on the table in front of me. And I'm not even sorry. I can't even like pretend and try and find something else. It's just these. It's just these. But the first one is the Modern Bronzer Bronzing Duo. This is my favourite bronzer of the year. I actually tend to just mix the 2 of them together. I feel like when I first used this, I really didn't like it. I think I did a Vive testing video or a new product testing video and used this, and I was really like not sure about it. But now I've been using it more and more, and I've actually got some really decent dents in it. I love this. If you want like real definition, obviously use this side, but I do tend to mix the 2 of them together and just obsessed. This is one of those ones where it's the formula as much as the colours, so I've actually picked both of the ones I have up, but I really want to get every single one. Like, I need all of them. There's like a wine coloured one that I can't remember what the colour's called, and I need it. I think it's called Malbec. I need it. But the 2 that I do have is Cherub and Pesca. Pesca is the older shade that I've had longer, and then Cherub I bought in the summer, I want to say. And these are stunning. I mean, look at them. So I've got peach and a pink. They are the most versatile and easy, they're not versatile at all, they're one shade, but they're the most easy to work with blushes ever, because they're like a good level of pigmented where you pick it up on the brush and you put it on your face and you can definitely see this blush there, but it's not like all in one go, so they're quite buildable, so you can use them like relatively light and you can use them like really intense. I love these. They're also just so darn cute. This is the last Vive product, I promise. We will move on after this one. This is the Vive Nova Glow highlighter in the shade Bijou. I mean, I think I bought this about 18 months ago, maybe. And look at that. I don't think I've ever used as much of one highlighter in my entire life. It's like the perfect everyday highlighter. I've obviously got it on right now, and because of all the artificial lights, I'm looking quite like glowy. It's on the tip of my nose if you can't tell. In day-to-day light, in like everyday natural outside lighting, it's actually really natural, and it has like a little bit of shimmer in it. I don't know if you can see in the pan, like there is some glitter in there, but it's so fine that it doesn't look like you've got glitter all over your face. It's the perfect everyday highlighter, but it still packs a punch. Brows, I'm still on a bit of a discovery journey on. I really love a micro brow pencil. I don't really have a favourite. And then brow gel, the closest I've got to the favourite is the Gosh one. I'll pop a little picture here, which I do love. It's definitely the favourite of the year. But I still think on brows, I'm on a bit of a discovery in terms of favourites. So I'm not going to list any because it probably doesn't feel right. So I don't necessarily think I have a favourite eyeshadow palette. I think 2023 for me was the year of base. It was the year of like foundations, blushes, concealers, bronzers, highlighters. It was the year I kind of fell back in love with my base makeup. I sort of abandoned eyeshadow for most of the year. My favourite collection of eyeshadow palettes, I don't know if this is cheating, my favourite collection of eyeshadow palettes are the Beauty Bay, what are these, 9 3x3s, or the 9 palettes, or whatever you want to call them. They are just genuinely amazing. The formula is beautiful, the kind of consideration of the shadows that are in these palettes are stunning. I think these are probably the best value for money eyeshadow palettes ever as well. Not explicitly the 9x9 ones, but Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes. They come with really decent sized pans. You've got a nice mix of mattes. Well, obviously the entirely matte palettes are obviously just matte, but the normal palettes, you've got a nice mix of mattes and shimmers, and then sometimes you have the old glitter in there. They are just some of the best eyeshadows I think I have ever used. I love them, and while I could have very easily included my Vive palettes in here, as I'm sure you could probably imagine, I think I love and use these more. They're just so versatile. And then the other ones that I really love are also from Beauty Bay, is the Pastels palette, but obviously that's not very everyday. My favourites. I love them, I'm obsessed. I am so happy I have these in my life, and if you've not tried Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes, I cannot recommend them enough. My favourite mascara, I don't know why I paused so much there. My favourite mascara of the year was one I found towards the end of the year. So I actually didn't buy any mascara this year at all. I was trying to like use through a backlog that I had. So I still think my favourite mascaras of all time are the Maybelline ones, but I actually haven't used those at all in the last 12 months, so it would be a little bit disingenuous to include them. So my favourite mascara, and I don't ask me why this is so filthy because I actually don't have the answer for that. My favourite mascara is the Rare Beauty mascara. I recently tried this, so I've only had this in my life for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, somewhere around that mark. It's knocked all other mascaras out the water. And I don't necessarily think that the mascara itself, when you're applying it, is any more incredible than any other mascara that I've tried. Like, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. I've not applied too much today because I put this makeup on for this video and I'm going to take it off. So why I love it and why I'm obsessed with it is that there's no fallout. Like, at least on me, I don't get a single piece of fallout. Unless I'm like full on crying and like rubbing my eyes and like going a bit ham. I could just live my life and I don't get panda eyes. I don't get like a black smudge under my eye and I'm having to like clear away halfway through the night. And for that reason, this is my favourite. I'm obsessed. I love it. I'm not wearing eyeliner right now because I'm effectively put this makeup on for this video. I'm going to take it off again, so I couldn't see the point in going through that whole anguish just for this. But if I was going to wear eyeliner, I have two favourites. I have my black eyeliner favourite, which is the We Makeup While eyeliner pen. If you followed me for a while, you'll know that I rave about this all the time. I don't know if this was a discovery this year or towards the end of last year, but I love this so much. This is my second one. It's got a really kind of fine nib on it, but it's not so fine, and so therefore it doesn't dry out too quickly. But it's one of those eyeliner pens that is really black and really pigmented and really bold. You do a beautiful wing, it looks stunning, everyone's having a great day, and it stays there. I actually think this is a really solid brand that like no one knows about, so And then if I'm going coloured eyeliner, I spoke about this after, was it the Christmas party? Yeah, after the work Christmas party, I did a vlog the morning after, and I slept in my makeup, and I woke up the next day. I was like full on partying, like copious amounts of dancing, food, drink, everything, from about 2 p.m. till about 4 or 5 a.m. I then slept for about 6 hours, and I woke up the next morning and they were still there, as in like my wings. They were still there. And it was these. These are the NYX Epic Wear Waterproof Eye and Body Liquid Liners. I have 3. I have yellow, red and lilac. Honestly, they're like brush tip applicators, which means if you're not used to it, it can take a little bit of getting used to. But if you get used to the kind of brush tip applicator, they are the longest lasting eyeliner formula I have ever tried in my life. Like, they do not budge. And considering like yellow and lilac are obviously quite randomly pale colours, they're so bright and pigmented and they pop and they look stunning, and I'm obsessed and I need all the shades. This is a random favourite and I don't know what category this fits into, and I don't really know how I describe this as a category, but I have natural freckles and I don't really put foundation on my forehead or anything but bronzer on my forehead, so you can see them usually around here. Obviously I put foundation on the rest of my face and it covers all my freckles up, and I kind of want to get the freckles back out again. So I fake freckle. And I've tried freckle pens, not the freckle pen or freck pen or whatever it's called. I've tried freckle pens, they never look natural. The only thing that I can find that looks natural is this combination, which is a very strange thing to have a favourite of, but this is my favourite method of applying freckles. It's the Hoola Benefit Bronzer and the Morphe M217 brush, which is this like really random brush, which when I first got in my Morphe set, I was like, what on earth is this and what am I going to use it for? I think it's designed to be eyeliner, potentially, but I use this as a freckle brush, so I dip it in here, pat it onto here and then like dab it out. Like, because this is such a warm kind of terracotta-y, there's not a huge amount left, but a warm terracotta-y bronzer that it just looks stunning as a freckle colour. And then this is the perfect freckle applicator. So the two of these together, obsessed. I put a couple on today, but obviously it's the middle of winter, so it'd be really weird to go like ham on the freckles. So you've done all this makeup, I'll do lipsticks at the end. If you've done all this makeup, you want it to stay. My favourite setting spray of the year, and this was so close between this and the Urban Decay one, but I think this one takes it, and this is the Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. And I think the reason why this one takes it over the Urban Decay one is the Urban Decay one is the best makeup setting spray to like make your makeup last, but this one does that, but it also makes your makeup look amazing. Like, so plump and fresh, and like, I'm actually in love. I don't know what I did before this was in my life. It's the setting spray I wore on my wedding day when it was like 1 trillion degrees. This entire base I wore on my wedding day when it was 1 trillion degrees, and by 1 trillion I mean 33 degrees, which is very hot for September. Baking sunshine. Oh, we had a wedding, we had a Kaylee, we were eating food. I popped these things on, my makeup did not move. Amazing, love, big favourite. Wouldn't change for the world. And I'm going to pop you guys on charge before we finish off the video with lipsticks. This is not going to be in the same place as before, but hopefully it's like close enough. We're going to finish off with lipsticks. So I kind of cheated and I've got 4, but I feel like that's like as close as we're going to get to a favourite, you know? So I've got a favourite bullet red lipstick, a favourite bullet nude lipstick, a favourite liquid lipstick and a favourite lip oil. So my favourite bullet lipstick, which is red, which is what I'm wearing, and if you've watched my videos for the last couple of months, this will not be a surprise. It's the La Perla lipstick in the shade Venetian Red. I have fallen so head over heels in love with this lipstick. It's actually hilarious. I love it so much. It is the perfect kind of classic red, and it actually lasts really, really well, and it doesn't smudge. Such a good lipstick. And then also this, it's the little things. Then my favourite nude lipstick, which was a really hard thing to choose because there's so many nude lipsticks that I love. But when I'm talking about a new lipstick that I fell in love with over the last 12 months, it has to be the Rose Ink Satin Lip Colour in the shade Poetic. It is just such a beautiful everyday lip colour, and it's so easy to use. It's kind of not drying. It's like a beautiful shade. It smells really sweet. I don't know what it smells of, but it smells really sweet. I really love this, and the packaging is beautiful. Then my favourite liquid lipstick, and I think I discovered this towards the end of the previous year, but I've been using this so much, or these two lipsticks because of the same formula, so much over the last 12 months that it was just the obvious favourite. And it is the NYX Shine Loud lipsticks, and I have the shade Movie Maker and the shade, is this called Another Level? Yeah, Another Level. Movie Maker is the shade I wore for my wedding. These are so beautiful. So they are like a liquid lipstick on one end and then like a lip gloss on the other. I do find you kind of have to use both parts of it. Like if you just use the liquid lipstick, it's like, it doesn't quite set properly. It's very strange, but the two of them together are stunning. It's like a glossy, beautiful liquid lipstick that lasts so long. It's honestly absolutely stunning. Big fan of these. I kind of want more of them, but I just don't need more of them. But these two shades are stunning, beautiful, obsessed. My favourite lip oils, and this is a brand that I can imagine next year will feature a lot more in my favourites, because it was a brand that I've kind of only really dabbled in over the last year, and obviously you've seen one product from them already, but like I can see it in the next 12 months becoming not probably quite as much as Vive, but like not far off of Vive, and it's Rare, and the Rare lip oils are just so beautiful. I've got two shades here. I've got Wonder and I've got Serenity. Serenity, if I had to pick one, is the two favourites. Is the favourite from these two. They are such beautiful lip oils because they actually have a decent colour to them. Like they're not just like nice lip oil, they actually have a really decent colour payoff. They feel so beautiful on the lips. They've got this like slightly, it's not actually mint, I don't believe, but they've got this like fresh minty feeling when you put them on your lips. They look so juicy, they feel so hydrating. The packaging is obviously adorable. I have to say, these two shades are very similar on your lips. They're almost identical. I feel like if you've got one of these shades, you don't need the other, but stunning, beautiful, love them. There you have it. Those are all of my favourites of the last 12 months, my beauty favourites, firm favourites. Love them. Wouldn't change them for the world. Don't know what I'd do if I lost them. Would immediately repurchase them if they ever disappeared, you know? So yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It was actually really good fun talking about things I just genuinely love, because I'm obviously always trying things, and especially if you've watched the last couple of my videos with skincare, I'm trying to just like use them through. I find myself often using products I'm not like in love with. So just genuinely spending, I don't know, 25 minutes or however long it's been talking about products I absolutely love has been so much fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.